Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video because we're diving into the collection and doing a shop my stash, which I have not done in almost a year. It feels like freaking forever. But we're gonna dive in, we're gonna pick some things out that I haven't used in a while that while I was doing my declutter, I was like, ooh, I really need to try those again. I need to play around with them, see what's in the collection, what I still love and haven't used, and just kind of update you on what's going on in my life. There's been some chaotic things, good, bad, you know, just things. But you guys, before we jump into it, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell for notifications of new videos. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. But if you want to see what items I pick out of my collection and play around with, and of course Dixon's gonna be here along the journey, just keep watching. Okay, you guys, usually I would always pick my primer and then my foundation, but I've been changing it up and now I do foundation and then primer depending on what we pick. Now, looking at what I have available, I really like the Easy Blur. We're going to be outside and it's in the 70s, so this would be a nice pick. Really like this one. BB Burst is nice, but I want a little bit more coverage than just a smear of it. Laura Mercier is really good, but I haven't been tanning, so it's too dark for me. Let's see, Rare Beauty, really like, or no, REM Beauty, really like this one. But then we also have some of the drugstore ones. We've got Florist, which that's a little bit more pale than I want to go today. We've got Elf. Ooh, this one from L'Oreal is really good too. The Age Perfect Radiant Serum. Ooh, that might be nice. This one also shears out and is buildable. Oh, this one, the Maybelline 30 Hour Super Stay. Really like this one too. I wore this a lot when we were in Germany. Maybe I'll do this one. I haven't worn this in a while. I've been using both the L'Oreal and the Easy Blur. We'll use the Super Stay. On to concealers. We've got quite a few. There's so many good ones. House Labs I haven't used with you guys in a while. The YSL I've been using a lot this week. The Estee Lauder, really good. Laura Mercier, really enjoyed that one. We've got the, which one is this? I can't see. L'Oreal True Match. There's the NYX stick. This one from Maybelline, which is also a super, okay, I can't do anything right now today. Another Super Stay 30 Hour. I really like this one too. True Match. Are we going to stick with drugstore or do we do drugstore and then back and forth? We'll do the Maybelline Super Stay. This one's really good. Okay, you guys, we are on to foundations. So since my foundation is a Lumi Matte, so I can go with a hydrating primer. So this one, the Power Grip with niacinamide, really good. Steel is not really hydrating. Where's my Ruffy? This one's hydrating and it's kind of like a moisturizer. Haven't used this one in a while. I do also like the Maybelline Poreless Jelly. This one's really good. Ooh, even the Glow Recipe Strawberry Pore Smooth Blur Drops. Maybe we use this one and then, of course, you guys, I'm dropping everything. And then, of course, my Tarte Timeless. This one's really good. We'll do that. Now on to setting powder. We have the 4 shades of Huda Beauty. And then I just repurchased Cupcake because I'm getting low on it. That's not Cupcake. This one. That's Banana Bread. Cupcake is down here somewhere. See how it's almost gone. So I just repurchased. That's what that is. Juno Co's good. One Size, really good. Ooh, Kimchi, the Puff Puff Pass. And we're going to be outside. I want my makeup to last. I think we're going to use this one. There's tons of her in there. Okay, on to contour and bronzers. So looking in here, I've got my Winky Lux. I've got Milk Makeup. This one's Westman Atelier. I have the KVD and Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. We've got Sachu. I've been using the Fenty Matchstick a lot. This one's really good. I've been using it as both my contour and my bronzer because it's a little bit warmer. Elf. Ooh, she's intense though. Let's see. And if I do cream contour, do I want to do cream bronzer? Let's see. I think, no, Say is bronzer. Yeah, bronze drops. We'll use the Say bronze drops. I haven't used those in a while. And we'll use the Winky Lux contour. Right? That's contour. Yes. So we'll use those two. Actually, I lied. We're going to use the Westman Atelier. Now into blush. So I've been doing cream and then a powder on top. This one's going to be tough if I'm going to try and match the shades. Okay, let's see. What do I want to do? I haven't used this powder in a while and she's got some sheen to it. So we'll use the L'Oreal, which means I need the NARS, where is she? The NARS Blur, like liquid blur. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's right here. So we'll use the NARS cream in Orgasm. And then we'll use the L'Oreal Blush Please, which is kind of that peachy tone with more shimmer. Okay, you guys, 4 highlighters. It's only fair that we open the drawers both side by side. Oh, so much. Let's see. We have the Dior's. We've got Flower Nose. We have some ColourPop. Artist Couture. Ooh, I haven't used Artist Couture with you guys in a while. They're not available though, so that's the only downside. We've got REM, Sigma. Let's see. We have One Size and Wicked. Let's see. What do we want to use? We want to use something that I haven't used in a while. I kind of want to use the Artist Couture. So I think I'm going to use this one, which is Illuminati. This was my holy grail for a long time. Absolutely love this. Okay, you guys, we are on to eyeshadow palettes, and it's actually chaos. Controlled, kind of, but pure chaos, because I got home. I have not decluttered these yet. I'm in the midst of the Declutter series. These are the palettes that I brought home with me, and I haven't figured out where they fit. And then the ones that are like, oh, these are similar to this brand, or they're part of this brand series, they're just placed on top until I can find a spot for them. It's kind of overwhelming. If anyone else gets overwhelmed at the clutter, we can be friends. But this is pure chaos. I'm trying to figure out, I was going through looking at these the other day, and I was like, we got some Kylie, we've got remnants of Jeffree Star and Morphe, we have Ensley Rain, hodgepodge of like Glam Light, Cosmic Brushes, Adept, some of my indie brands. Was it Laura Lee is right there, Odin's Eye, my little quads. These are like Pat McGrath, Sigma, Urban Decay. I'm not even sure like what I want to use. Let's see. Too Faced. We've got ABH. Ooh, I haven't used ABH in a while. I haven't used Too Faced in a while. Let's see. Here's some of her newer ones. Cosmos. Ooh, I like that color story. And then we've got some of the darker ones. And I also know that some of these are broken. So, oh yeah, that's more like fall vibes, along with this purple one. So, you know what? I'm just going to go with Cosmos. This is too overwhelming trying to go through all this right now. Okay, you guys. So we need a brow gel. And then this is all the mascaras. So brow gel, let's see. Rare Beauty is one of my go-tos, along with my Benefit, but this one right here. This is the Fluff Up Brow Wax. I do like the brow setter. Let's see. Wander Beauty is a good one. I've used that one recently. Too Faced. If you want them to stick there like glue, this Fluff and Hold. Ooh, I haven't used, maybe we should do that. Yeah, we'll use the Fluff and Hold. And then for mascara, so Colossal Bubble. I used this one this week for work. You got the Max Stack. I really need to declutter this one, you guys. Cali Ray, this one's really good. You got the Maybelline Firework. This Author Beauty and Big Bang. Is this Fenty or ABH? Fenty. They have similar packaging during this, when this was released. You got Benefit Bounce. Ooh, there's so many good ones. Wander Beauty. This is the Mile High Club. I just got the Stila. This is their Made You Lash tubing mascara. Which one? Charlotte Tilbury. This was my favorite during my time in Germany. The Exaggerize. So good. Along with my Huda Beauty One Coat Wow. So many good options. You got Pat McGrath. Ooh, House Labs. I haven't used House Labs in a while. Even this one from Maybelline, the Falsies, really good. Lash Paradise is a cult favorite. Let's do House Labs. Okay, so on my table, there's the All Nighter Matte. There's the Scandinavia, which have we seen those Instagram posts? We've got Charlotte Tilbury. We've got LYS, Tarte Maracuja. See you guys, we're live. I'm thinking, since we're going to be outside, we're going to use some Charlotte Tilbury because she's so good. Okay, lip liners. I think I know exactly which one I want to use. So we have Limitless Brown right here. I really want to use Wherever Walnut. This one's so good. And then I told myself yesterday when I decluttered this drawer that the next time I do a Shop My Stash, we use a lipstick. And I'm thinking about what I want to use. I think I really like this, the MAC Stiletto. This one's really good. It is the Powder Kiss. I really want to use this one, but then I also know that I have a light color from Hourglass. So I think I'm gonna do the Hourglass and leave the Powder Kiss for later. Okay, you guys, shopping my stash is a video that I forget to do all the time, but I need to do it because there's so much good stuff in my collection. I'm not shopping my stash for my primer. I have my MAC paint pot. Been reaching for this nonstop. I still have a little bit of my P. Louise base, but I've only been using it a little bit because it has been creasing, especially in the summer. So I might just hold on to it until it like cools off. And granted, it's 76 today, so it is cooling off a little bit, but it's fine. I already put this on the desk and I was like, it's fine. It is what it is. I figured we would do a shop my stash and then just kind of do like a chit chatty get ready with me while we do all the steps. All items that I picked out, if they're still available, I will list them down below. Some things may not be, but what I can link, I will link. I try to do that with most videos. So if you're ever wondering what I'm wearing, you can ask. And then like maybe we're a similar shade and you want to know what shade I'm using. It may not be listed in the drop down, but if you comment, I'm trying to get caught up. I'm slowly getting caught up with my comments. Luke just deployed. So he is gone, and he is gone for 6 to 8 months. They were supposed to originally be gone for 6. Before they left, they got extended. We had already been gotten told, hey, automatic. And we're like, can we shorten that, you guys? It's fine. It is what it is. You guys, I'm drinking my Olipop cream soda. So I like to have just digestional support. So this says prebiotics, botanicals, and plant fiber. I love cream soda. I would always get Grandma Diet cream soda. She absolutely loved it. And I've been picking up the Olipop when they're on sale on like Amazon Fresh. During Prime Day, they were on sale. So I've been keeping them in the fridge. And sometimes I don't drink them every day. I feel like if I drink them every day, my stomach will start to hurt. So I do them, I might drink one like once every couple days. If I feel like I'm like, oh, I need soda or I need sugar, that's when I like will reach for one of those. And it doesn't taste carbonated. There's slight carbonation. I was like, it's not flat, but it's not like, you ever get a soda and it's like too carbonated? Random thought. All right, so I picked out the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cosmos palette. This one is really gorgeous. So you've got some neutral shades. There's some very pretty sparkly shades. I don't know if when I originally reviewed this, if I did swatches. We're not gonna do swatches. I don't do that in my shop my stash videos, but I just wanted to play around. We're gonna do some stuff outside today at one of the vineyards. All right, I'm gonna go into the shade Comment. All right, you guys. So I said I would give you guys kind of a life update, like what's going on. All right, so Luke is deployed. It's me and the fur kids, but I've had a lot of friends reach out to me like, hey, let's get together, let's go grab lunch, and I appreciate that. Sometimes there's days where I just want to hang out with Dixon on the couch, and so Chu will just meow from upstairs, because as much as she's like kind of fearless, she literally, the other day, Dixon was sitting in the doorway of my beauty room, and Sochu had gone into the bedroom. Well, she decided she wanted to be in here with us, and he was mean mugging her. And she was like, I got this, and walked right in front of him. As soon as she walked past him, she darted off, and I was like, okay. He doesn't know how, his problem is he doesn't know how to not dart at her. I mean, Yorkies were meant for like capturing mice and rats and that back in the day. They're part of the terrier family. So that's his natural instinct, except, and yes, she weighs less than him, but she's about the same size. But he will lunge at her like he's trying to catch her, and she's like, no, sir, not my cup of tea. So I've just been trying to hang out and spend as much time with both of them. We got her to, you know what, I'm just going to do both eyes. Might as well. If we're here, we're here. I took her to the vet when I got back, and one of my concerns, because it was a concern I had with my cat Riley, who she passed when I was in Chicago, but I had both of them together, her and Riley. And Riley ended up getting kidney stones, even giving her water from the faucet, and she had one of those automatic feeders for water. She still ended up with kidney stones, and it's very prevalent in animals. So you can get the automated drink or water fountains. We have one upstairs and one downstairs, one for Sochi, one for Dixon. When she meanders throughout the house at night, I know she drinks from his water bowl, and vice versa. He'll drink from hers up here. But they want the running water. If I'm in my bedroom, she'll jump into, like, she'll go into the bathroom and jump on the counter. I'll run the water for her and she'll drink from the faucet. But that was one of my concerns with the vet was, okay, well, I don't want her to end up having kidney stones, and I can't really, like, I've gotten the pretty litter. Sure, maybe it changes. She didn't have any issues with that. So when we did the blood work, she was like, her numbers are still fine, but what we can do is do a preventative, like, food for her. And then I've also noticed that once we changed her food, she's not getting rid of hairballs as frequently. And I'm not going to go into how cats get rid of hairballs. If you have a cat, you know. And that stopped. So she's not projecting her hairballs out this as much as she had been. So changing her food has also helped that. And I had her on a wet food because it's got the broth in it. So she's also getting that hydration. And then I had protein. And because she's a tiny cat, she weighs 6.8 pounds and she is full grown. But the vet is like, no, she's not overweight. I leave a bowl of dry kibble out for her. She has her wet food in the morning. She gets treats throughout the day. Like, she just doesn't gain weight. I wish that worked for me. But we changed up her food to do a preventative for kidneys. That way she doesn't end up with kidney stones. All right, so that's a really pretty shade starting out. I was looking at the blue and I was like, ooh, well, do I want to do dark matter, which is like this dark gray shade, or do I want to do like the rusted brown? I don't know that I want to do that dark though. I think I'm going to go into this shade. We're going to go into Mars. We're just going to pick it up on my fluffy crease brush. So I've been making sure that she's good. Dixon, he's just a little bowling ball. He's 1 pound over what he's allotted to be. And Luke will call him little tubby lumpkins. And I was like, don't fat shame him. If you fat shame the dog who is like pure muscle, this Yorkie is pure muscle. I make sure that he gets a protein packed like wet food along with his kibble that has like jerky hide in it. Luke was joking about how he kind of looks like a pit bull with the way his shoulders are out now. And I was like, it's the protein. Like, you weren't giving him protein. His food was wrong. And now we had to get a slow feeder for him because he gobbles up his food. I had switched him over to the pets table, which is like an off breeding of like HelloFresh. And he's been gobbling up that food. So we had to get it as a slow feeder. And then yesterday I go to like get some water before bed. The slow feeder, he pulled it out of his bowl and set it next to it. And I was like, I sent Luke a photo. He was like, of course he did. Of course that little smarty pants decided he didn't need the slow feeder. The good thing is he had it there while he was eating his food and he didn't dump his food on the floor. He just got really annoyed trying to like get the little kibble pieces that were mixed into his wet food. Who are you barking at? Dixon. We're safe. Come on. No, we're safe. Sir, excuse you. Do you want up? Do you want up? Do you want to say hi to everyone? We're talking about you. It's Dixon. I took his collar off earlier, but he doesn't know that we're going to go and see some friends. As soon as I put the collar back on, he's like, oh, we got to go. We got to go. Hi. Hello. Say hello to everyone. Do you want to say hi? Do you want to sit on my chair? Want to sit next to me? Yeah. Sochi's staring out the window. Yeah. You going to be a beauty guru too? No? All right. This is where I'm so distracted because he was barking at something. I think someone's car alarm was going off. He's like, I'm going to chime in too. All right, pretty. Now looking at the shades. So we've got Supernova. It's really, ooh, that's gorgeous. But then you've got Quasar, which is kind of like, I don't know that I want to do green. We have the light blue. I kind of want to use Supernova. And even Orion, which has like gold glitter. No, I want to use Supernova. Dixon abandoned me. I'll move over. So beautiful. Just pop it right here in the center and then into the inner corner. Now, the one cool thing this week that happened to me, because I retire next year, I did my last official physical fitness assessment in the Navy. I do not have to take it next year. I will be retiring in the middle of it, so I am done having to work out for the Navy. I will be able to work out for myself, which I've actually started. So I've been doing a lot of strength training and built a lot of muscle, especially for my back because of the arthritis in my lower back. But one of my friends had invited me. She was like, hey, there's this mat Pilates class that my Pilates gym is doing at this coffee house. And I was like, ooh, I'd like to do that. Because I have the Down Dog app and I'm lost, you guys. I'm like, what am I doing? A primer. We're going to use the Glow Recipe Strawberry BHA Pore Smooth Blur Drops and then the Tarte Timeless. This is such a good duo. So she had posted and asked who wanted to go, and I was like, ooh, me, I'll go. Because I've got the Down Dog app, and with Down Dog, and I've been using them for quite a while. They have the first time I ever used Down Dog was for yoga. Well, they also have Pilates, and you can set it to Pilates and yoga, so you get a variation, which I've been doing at home. And then they've also got like HIIT and a bunch of other stuff, so you can do a combination of things. And I do like the Down Dog app. I used it when I was living in Chicago, and we were kind of on like lockdown during that fun time a couple years ago that all of us loved, being on house arrest. I joke. But I had gotten into Down Dog yoga at that time. Well, I started to do Pilates, but then I found that being at home, especially on the weekends when Luke is home, I'm not as motivated to do it when I wake up in the morning. So I did the Freight House Coffee Pilates class, which was nice, and had a great time at that. And then afterwards you could have a coffee or espresso martini, and we ended up doing espresso martinis and grab tacos, which might be counterproductive, but ours were the protein and everything minus the tortilla. We just did like the taco bowls. But I liked the mat class, and I was like, okay, well, I'd be interested to try out one of their reformer courses. So I did their intro course the other day, and I really enjoyed it. I was like, okay, yeah, I can do the heavy weights. You guys, I leg press. I think the highest I got on my Fitbod app was 500 pounds for 4 sets of 10. And that is to like strengthen my legs around, like, especially because I've got a messed up lateral ligament in my left leg and messed up MCL. So I have to keep the muscles in my calf and my thighs strong. The downside is, so yeah, I'm leg pressing high pounds, but I don't want to look like a bodybuilder. I already have broad shoulders. I don't need like, arms. So I have been pedaling back in my weight. I've been doing lower weight, higher reps. And then same thing with like my back extensions and stuff like that. But then I also have been adding in Pilates. So I do my morning gym routine. We're going to go into the foundation, the Maybelline Superstay 30-hour Lumi Matte Foundation. I have mine in shade 129. So I've just been trying to mix it up as much as possible. If you do the same thing every day, your body starts to plateau. You won't see any change. I'm increasing my weight. I'm changing up the workouts that I do based off of my app, but I needed something else, which is why I decided to try out Pilates. Now I've gone to the 30-minute intro class. I did a class yesterday and I did a class this morning. And the one today, like we had the booty bands, we had the Basu ball, we did some mat work, we did the reformer, like we were all over the place in 50 minutes. And I got done with that class and I messaged Jamie and I was like, girl, I love Pilates. Like I am loving this Pilates class because one is holding me accountable because I scheduled it. If I don't show up, I lose my credit. So like I get on the wait list and then like last night I had a spot automatically. Like enough people dropped out that I got my spot. But I'm feeling a renewed, like even though it was like low impact, I can still feel it in my arms and different muscles that I haven't been using when I go to a gym and use the weight equipment. So, and that's the thing is like trying to make sure that my body, like there's still pain. Like I still have pain in my lower back. I don't know that that's ever going to go away. I had to get a nerve block almost 2 years ago. It's time for me to go back and get another one. But I'm holding off as long as I can, but it still hurts. Like it hurts. There's days where if I sit on if I sit on a bench, I'm just squirming around so much because it hurts so much because there's no like padding or support or anything. And that was the other day when we went to Harry Potter trivia. We're sitting on the bench at the table and by the end of it, I was like, I need to go home. My back hurts so bad. And I had ridden with Jamie. I told her, I was like, dude, I'm about to Uber a mile home just because it hurt so bad. And it's from all the wear and tear of the things that I did over the years and ignored. I ignored so much pain to push through, and I was like, I got this. And now I'm like finally going in to get seen, and they're like, you should have come and seen us a long time ago. Like you have arthritis. Like you have documented arthritis now. And I was like, whoops. For a long time, like especially when you're at a command and you're doing mission, it's really easy to prioritize work and your job over going to medical and sitting and waiting to be seen and hoping that they diagnose it and then okay, well, there's different steps before you can get to the point that it might actually get fixed. So you got to see your provider, then you got to go and see a physical therapist. They've got to go through all their routines and requirements. And then they say, nope, this doesn't work. Okay, well, now we can do a nerve block. Okay, well, we did the nerve block, that it worked. We're going to see how long it lasts. Okay, well, come back and we'll reevaluate. Like, so there's a lot of things that you have to do before, like with my ankle, I exhausted all my visits to the physical therapist before they were willing to even look into doing surgery. And then they're doing the flexibility for my ankle, and they're like, okay, put some resistance on it, hold back. And then they're like, okay, relax your foot, and it just flopped forward. And they're like, your tendons and your ligaments aren't even like there's no tension with it. My ligaments were your foot should just naturally relax. No, mine just with it. So finally the Navy did surgery on my ankle. But there's days where I'll get this weird tension in the center of my foot, and it spasms to the point that I can't even step on it. And I'm like, they were supposed to fix this. And I now have to get that documented that, yeah, you did this corrective surgery, but I'm still in pain. I'm still having this side effect. Sorry, you guys, I'm like on a whole tangent. We should be projecting forward. So that's where I'm at right now. Like, I'm finally glad that I'm done with my last PFA in the Navy. We're gonna use the Westman Atelier contour. This one's in the shade Truffle. I really like this one. It's a little bit warmer than like other contours that I use. But now I can focus on, okay, I've got to do all these things before I retire, like going and getting seen for medical and evaluated for the things that have happened over the years. Like, can they be fixed? Can they be repaired? Are they things that I have to like document and be medicated for the rest of my life? Like, there's just so much. There's just so much, you guys. And then I'm still waiting on a call from the surgery scheduler for ear, nose, and throat, because this side of my nose, like, they can see that it's sagging, and they're gonna try and fix that before I get out of the Navy, because it's blocking my breathing. And so what happened is, when I had my jaw surgery and they pushed this one up and back, it impacted my nose and gave me that little like boop, but it caused the cartilage to start to sag. It's funny, but it's not funny, because like, I hate surgery. I don't want to go under the knife if I don't have to, but now I have to get my nose reconstructed. And it's like, I remember when I was a kid and I was like, oh my god, they're getting nose jobs. Mine's because mine's caving in on my face. But yeah, anyways, you guys, I'm laughing about it because if I don't, it's sad. It makes me sad. All right, we're gonna go into the Say bronzer. This one's in the shade Swim. What are you trying to do, Dixon? He's like under her cat tree, but he can't reach her because he's too small. And she gets mad that he's even in the vicinity of it. And then he's like, did you drop any of her cat treats? Because I'll take her treats. But she cannot be bothered right now. So I don't know when that surgery is going to happen. I think it's going to be like probably October. I know that she said her schedule is pretty busy and booked out. So we'll see. And then I've got my trips with... So Emily, I have a trip in August to New York for Lady Gaga concert. And then I'm going to Bourbon Festival with Jamie and some friends in Kentucky, which Luke is very jealous about because he really does like whiskey and bourbon. And we're going to whiskey country, so but we have an Airbnb that we all pitched in on. And then October, I have my trip to Paris with Emily. So I'm looking forward to it. Like, we're gonna have... October is when everything starts to like calm down, and then November, December, I don't have any like trips planned. And then April, we have the wedding. Luke will be home between the first of the year and the wedding. I don't know when yet. The dates continuously slide. I'm used to it. It's not everyone's cup of tea. It happens. All right, we're going into the Maybelline Superstay 30 Hour Activewear Concealer, and then we're going to go in with the Kimchi Chic. Oh, no. This is, all right, so Maybelline Superstay, then the NARS Liquid, what is this? The Afterglow Liquid Blush and Orgasm, and then Kimchi Puff Puff Pass Setting Powder. Figured we'll just talk about all of them and then I can continue to flow, because otherwise I'm just gonna keep talking. All right, and then let's see, what else is going on? I'm just trying to finish up some of my retirement stuff. Trying to figure out if I'm gonna meet Luke in one of his ports we're not sure yet because the schedule keeps moving around. The nice thing is that I can look at his schedule because I'm on active duty and I can get the access to it to see where they're at. But a regular spouse that doesn't have access to those systems may not always, like, there's ways to get the information, but they're not going to openly have access to it because it is secure. We guard our ship's movements so we can't be targeted. But I have been in conversation with Luke. I know that their patrol has started well. They're doing what they need to do. I have an idea of like what he's doing. I have an idea of where they're going. Nothing definitive because I don't need the definitive. I know once he pulls into port, he'll text me and be like, we have our way of telling each other that we're in port and not underway without saying it. Because that's the other thing is we know that if you post something on Instagram or Facebook and the wrong person sees it or you don't have your stuff locked down, you're literally walking targets in a foreign country as a military member. And that's just the reality of it. I've been watching some of the Insta Reels and TikToks about like, don't ask me what's going on in the world, or I can't tell you where we're at. I can tell you where we've been, because that's the thing. Like, that was one of my biggest things when I was like in London. I didn't post while I was in London. I posted after I left. If I went to a port or whatever, I would upload the post, I would schedule it, and it would post the day after I left. That way, like, I have military content on my Insta. I have me in uniform and stuff like that. I have pictures of Luke and I in uniform. But that's the thing is, we've always been told and trained, like, you don't post while you're there, especially if you're on a mission. Like, you don't post your current position. You turn the GPS off on your phone. You can have, like, I could have an AirTag, but then give the AirTag link to Luke so he knows where I'm at. But not everyone needs access to that information. I don't have an AirTag. I don't have any AirTags. I don't have my location services on. I tag where I am after I've been there. Crazy enough, I forget about posting. Like the other, what was it, 2 weekends ago? Last weekend? 2 weekends ago, no. It was right around the time that Luke left. We did a baseball game with my friend Erin and her real estate team here in Norfolk. I still have yet to post anything about it because I forgot. There was so much going on with getting Luke ready for deployment. My aunt and uncle were here visiting. Like, there was just so much. I didn't even post. And I'm like, I'm so bad at posting sometimes. I can like schedule my YouTube videos and they're posted. I forget to post on Instagram. I forget to edit and post a TikTok. Like, I'm really bad at it. And yes, I know that I could hire a team and do all of that. I pay an editor. That is it. And he is phenomenal. Like, just takes some of the concern away from me. But I forget to post my Instagram stuff. I forget to post and edit TikToks. All right, let's smooth out the under eye. You guys, I was blathering so freaking long that my camera automatically turned off. I forgot to look at the time. All right, smooth. I do like the glowiness of this blush. I do need to like get better at my posting and stuff. That's one thing I told myself after Luke deployed and like the chaos just kind of calmed down, is that so we finally did break down the bed in what used to be my grandmother's room. And if you're new here, my grandmother was living with me the last year of her life, and November 17th, 2023, she passed. She was like my mom. I absolutely love my grandmother. But looking at her room every day, I told Luke, I was like, I can't keep the door open. Like, and he wants to like have it open for airflow and like air circulation and everything. And I was like, that's great, but I can't, because where her room is, like from the living room, you can look straight into the room. And it was nice because like when she was living with me, I could, if she was taking a nap, I could still look into her room and see her. And especially how the bed was, like, it was head to feet facing towards the door. So even if I looked in the door, I could see. But I had asked him to dismantle it and not make it look like her room anymore. So when I got home, I could just reset. Like, I still have some of her stuff. There's things that she left behind for my cousin and I. Like, her cranberry glass collection is in that room. And I have the Black Madonna portrait that was brought over from Poland with our family. She left that to me. And I was like, so that room is going to turn into library, office, and then we're also going to do, like, we have a small bourbon collection, so that's going to be in there because it needs to be in a dark space. So we've picked out paint, and my goal, I need to post the bed frame and other stuff to like Facebook Marketplace or whatever for free pickup, just to get it out of the house. And then once that's done, I can go and paint. I can start procuring different pieces, and then move the desk from an open space that was just, there's a lot of traffic. If Luke's moving around and walking around the house, like, it's hard to focus in the office space because it's technically attached to the kitchen. There's just too much traffic. So we're going to move it into that room so it's kind of tucked away and have an actual office. And I think once we do that and I can set it up how I want it set up, I might be able to focus and sit down, because right now I sit on the couch and there's just so much going on that when I get onto my computer, I'm distracted and I don't necessarily like focus in and getting better with like my task lists and stuff like that. All right, so I'm thinking we finish off the eyes and then we'll do the cheeks the rest of the way. And it's the shade Comment. So then the other thing, one of my friends asked me, they're like, but you have a whole beauty room. And I was like, right, but so where I'm at right now is in the middle of the room, because it was a kid's room and there's dormers, so you can't see it right here, but there's an angular on both sides and then there's the window. I could technically move my desk over there, but that's where So Choose cat tower is. And then I've got my eyeshadow palettes, my perfume collection that I can't smell, but I still wear. And then of course back here. So I'm in the middle of the room and there's not a lot of, like, my arm almost reaches. It's not a huge room. They're like, well, you could move your desk in there or you could sit at your table. And I was like, I don't want the beauty room to also be my office. Especially because Luke wants there to be an office. So to actually have a dedicated office that he or I could use, I feel like it's worth it. That was a long drawn out explanation as to like why there's going to be an office in the house. But we both want that. And then especially when I told him that, I was like, we can turn it into like bourbon library type of thing. So it's like the dark and moody shades, whereas the rest of it, like everything in the house is gray or light colored. That room will have the darker walls, dark bookshelves, and once I start like actually getting everything out of there and I can start painting, I might take you guys on that journey with me and just have you guys follow along as I rehab that room. If you want to see that, put a book or in a bourbon glass in the comments. If you want to see the transition of that room into bourbon library office, put it down below. I've got some photos for inspo from Pinterest that I've picked up, and I haven't looked for any of the decor. Jamie said she would go with me to like do that at like antique shops or thrift shops, whatever. Now into the shade Mars. And it's funny because Luke was supposed to he was supposed to paint out the room before I got home. He didn't take the bed down. He waited till I got home and I'm like, Luke, I need you to focus. He's like, what? I'm focused. I'm like, you're focused on all the wrong things. He did finally dismantle the bed. It's broken down, so I can go in there and it doesn't remind me completely of my grandmother. I know it's still her room. Like, I know that there's still things in there. Like the Black Madonna portrait is still up, but it's not laid out the way it was when she was living here, which is helpful. It's been helping me like process. It's getting easier to talk about her. If you've been here from the beginning, like when I moved her in with me, when everything happened, when she passed, I couldn't talk about her without crying, without just tearing up and turning off the camera and then refocusing and coming back on camera. It's getting easier. It's been a year and a half. Ooh, it's been a year and a half. I'm now gonna make myself cry. What is wrong with me? All right, you guys, we need to do the blush and highlighter. So I've got the Artist Couture and I've got the blush. This is the L'Oreal Blush Please Shimmering Blush in Blushin' in Riviera. It's such a gorgeous shade. Look how pretty she is. Do you guys see? Oh, look at the glitter. I don't have to go to work today, so I get to wear this. Because that NARS with powder on top of it is not as glowy and bold as I would have liked it. Granted, I have the NARS blush powder, so I could definitely use the powder blush on top of this, but I want to use this. And honestly, I think the glitter is just like on the surface because the rest of it is not like super glittery. Pretty. And then highlighter. We have the Artist Couture in the shade Illuminati. This is their Diamond Glow powder. I wish they still had their Diamond Glow powders. They're so good. They do have like the sifter so you can turn it. Mine's just a mess. It's a disaster. Dixon, where are you? Oh, he's under the chair, but it sounded like he was right underneath her cat tree. Was that you, Huffin' Sochu? Guys, it is so glowy, so beautiful. I really like that. Is beaming. It sucks that this is like no longer sold or available. They're so good. And I even have their pressed highlighter powder, which is also really nice. That one's kind of like a rose gold shade that I have. Because looking at this, I kind of want to deepen that up because I used a fluffy crease brush when I did my makeup. So I think if I deepen that up a little bit with my compacted smudge brush, I'm just going to go into Mars real quick. All right, better. Okay, we did not do a shop my stash for the drawer because there's not a drawer for brow products. There is a glass container that I keep on my desk. So I have a bunch of different so I keep my fan in here. But so all my brow products are right here. My liners are right here. And then of course my brushes. This is what I had in Germany and then I sent it home so I could have it here. Let's see, for brows. Ooh, we have Patrick Ta. Oh, I haven't used LYS in a while. This one's really good. We've got Benefit, Charlotte. This one's a goodie. I've repurchased this multiple times. I like that you can just get the refill and not pay full price for a whole component. Let's see. Sachu, this one's got the freckle and the brow. Benefit Precisely and Goof Proof. I think I'm gonna do LYS. Okay, you guys, so the Secure Brow from LYS. I have mine in the shade medium brown. You guys, I'm concentrating so hard trying to fill in my brows. Oh, I was like, this is hard. When I'm not on camera, I literally will just lean my elbows and just flick. I was watching, who is it, Tati? She leans back and she's just relaxingly just flicks it in. It's the arch that gets it for me, trying to get the right shape for it. All right, that's where we are right now for the left brow. It's until I get the bottom line, I can't relax. I just want to get that shape and then we can just ever so slightly flick in there. And we flick up from the line. Dixon's mad at me. He wants to go downstairs and hang out on the couch. He doesn't realize that we're not going to hang out on the couch at all today because as soon as I'm done, we are hopping in the car and driving to our cousin's house and he will hang out with their dogs. And then Jamie and I are going to go off on an adventure and he's going to hang out with Jamie's husband while she and I do girl adventures. Okay. Now, they don't even look related. They're never related. It's this one I need to fix. See, I'm looking at the far camera or the mirror right here. They look like they're even across the top. That's not completely. Okay. They're similar-ish. All right, and then we've got the Too Faced Fluff and Hold. This is the laminating brow wax. You got to be quick with this. I'm going to flick it through. There will be no talking, you guys. Because if not, where they sit is where they lay. It's like super glue for your brows. Why do they all of a sudden want to be super freaking spiky? Not my favorite. They were looking crazy for a second and I was able to fix them before they they look like hedgehogs on my never mind you guys. All right, inner liner or waterline. I've got the Revant gel eyeliner. I really like this. It lasts so long. And then liquid liner, I have my Urban Decay 24/7 inks. I love this stuff. It is so good. All right, we need to curl the lashes. And then we have the House Labs mascara. Go in for one more coat. So, setting spray. I didn't show you guys, and I guess we'll do the video right now while we're about to pick. Okay, so on my table, there's the All-Nighter Matte, there's the Scandinavia, which, have we seen those Instagram posts? We've got Charlotte Tilbury, we've got LYS, Tarte Maracuja. See you guys, we're live. I'm thinking since we're gonna be outside, we're gonna use some Charlotte Tilbury because she's so good. And that's what that looks like on my table. All right, so Charlotte Tilbury, this is the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I love this setting spray. It lasts so long. Even if your makeup is not necessarily like waterproof, that's going to help make it waterproof and stay. And just melt into your skin. So good. Okay guys, we have Wearable Walnut from Makeup Forever. Someone is mad that someone shut a door. Dixon, it's okay. He's such a brat. How dare you shut a door in front of my house? All right, so we got this started. And I'm hoping this is dark enough of a shade to go with the lipstick that I picked out, which is the Hourglass in the shade Tide. So I just put it in the center and then I was like, he's being a brat. I don't even see our car out there. So I just put it in the center and then rubbing my lips together, let it push out to the liner itself. So I still have the deep darker shade and then the lighter shade is just blurring with it. But I'm also gonna take my finger and just kind of feather it on top of where the liner is. Pretty. It's like the updated concealer mouth. Okay guys, let's fix the hair. I'll be right back. You guys. Hi Dixie. He's back up here, but he's mad. Someone's outside. Come here. Come here. Oh, we're gonna close out with you in my arms. You guys, this is the final look. I love shopping my stash when I remember to do it because there's so many good things in my collection that I forget about. And doing my declutter series, I was like, ooh, I need to try that. Ooh, I missed that. And I haven't even made it to eyeshadow palettes, you guys. That is overwhelming. I know that that is going to be done in probably 2 parts. It gives me anxiety thinking about having to pull all of those. The last time I decluttered that case, there was like 400 plus eyeshadow palettes. I really hope there's not that many this time. Dixie, what's going on with your eyes? Your hair is crazy. You won't let me fix his hair. But sir, can I fix your, like, come on. Can I fix it? No? You're just mad at me. Do you want down? No. Do you want down? Sir, I'm trying to close out the video. You guys, like I said, this is the final look. Let me know your thoughts. Are there any products that are in my collection that you want me to play around with again? Let me know in the comments. We'll do some more Shop My Stashes. I need to put them back into my routine because I have so much fun doing them. He is distracting the crap out of me, you guys. Dixan, we're gonna leave soon. He doesn't know it though. But you guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Click the bell for notifications, new videos. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Until my next video, you guys. Bye. No? You don't want to do it? You don't want to wave? Bye, you guys.